Hello, welcome back to Paul Stuff. It's my space on YouTube where I get to talk about all the things I love. Lots of Star Wars, lots of lightsabers, and currently lots of Black Series as well, particularly Black Series 6-inch figures. And today is one of those. It's looking at a slightly older figure again. I buy some figures when they are released at retail if I think they're going to sell out quickly and it's a figure I really want, then I'll pay retail at release. But a lot of my figures I buy after release, once they've gone into some sort of clearance, and this is kind of one of those. I've just bought this one from Amazon. As you can see, this is slightly bigger packaging. This is what are known as a deluxe figure. The deluxe denotes any number of things these days with Black Series. It can be that it's a large figure. It can be that it's a figure with lots of accessories. It can be a figure that has lots of additional paintwork or lots of detail paintwork. So this is a little bit bigger figure, and he has a number of accessories. So he's a deluxe figure. What that means in reality is you pay a little bit more. So here in the UK at the moment, the normal price for a figure is between £23 and £25. Deluxe figures go for £30 to £35. But at the moment, this one's on Amazon at £29.99 with free delivery. So it's a figure I've looked at, thought about. I wasn't particularly interested in getting straight away, but I think he'll make a nice addition to my collection, and now he's a little bit cheaper than he was when he first came out. That makes it that little bit more attractive. So this is the Black Series 6-inch Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. So we first see these guys in season 2 of The Mandalorian. These are sort of, I don't know what they are really. They're sort of mega trooper droids, I guess, really. So they fly. They have jetpacks built into their boots. I'll just move the packaging around so you can see the different packaging. Nice artwork on the side here. This was pre-plastic free packaging, so this is the old window box packaging. I think what people call the Galaxy packaging. So this is the Dark Trooper. So let's get into his box and see what he looks like as a figure. Figures always come in this packaging. I'm just going to adjust the camera down a little bit so that we get more of a view of the figure. Maybe a mistake. There we go. So this is the figure in his plastic packaging. As you can see, we've got a number of accessories. We've got a couple of spare hands in a fish shape. We've got jet blasts, a blaster, and the figure itself. So let's start breaking this out of the package and see what we've got here. Oh, we've got a nice blaster. Looks like some nice detail on this. A little bit of paint. So it's like a sort of E11 variant, but this back end is MP40. submachine gun. I love Star Wars blasters because they are almost always based on real weapons. So these other bits are held in with bits of tape by looks of things, so I might have to just cut the tape on those. We've got 2 blasts that go with his should fit into his feet, I believe, and a couple of alternative hands which we don't get very often with the Black series, so it's nice to see those. And we have the Dark Trooper figure himself, who's very tight in his packaging. There we go. So this is the Dark Trooper. Nice looking figure. You can see that chest plate section is all loose, which is really nice. These plates at the shoulders are hinged. It's got nice joints. He's got those droid joints that that Hasbro do sometimes on droids that have like a clear pin in the middle. So the joints look like they've got space in the middle. Nice articulation. Not sure quite how the hands come off. Are they on? Yeah, the hands are on little ball joints, so they'll swap out really nicely. Sorry, trying to do all this on camera. There we go. Got his fist on. But yeah, a nice figure. Not a lot of paint on this. There's some silver around the joints. There's a really nice head sculpt. There's little bits of red paint on the chest box here, little bits of silver accent underneath that. Very subtle paint because this is supposed to be a sort of almost all black figure. So there we go. Now, my initial intention with this is to display him in flying mode on a flight stand. These hip pieces maybe a little bit out of alignment there. Let's see if that can be moved around a little bit. He looks a little bit lopsided there. That's better, I think. Anyway, we'll look at that as we're posing him. I'm probably going to pose this one off screen because, as I say, my intention is to pose him on a stand in flight mode. So these have a little ball on them that fits into the holes on the feet. We're lacking a little bit of foot articulation, I think. Yeah, that's a shame. There's no, sorry, keep taking things off screen. I'm not used to working with a screen. It's a little bit disappointing that there's no articulation in the feet to be able to, well, perhaps you can, there we go, you can move the jets around, so you can have him in a flying pose. And in order to do a flying pose with this figure, I'm going to use one of my favourite types of flight stand, which is one of these. I buy these from Amazon in multi-packs. I think I get 5 at a time. They're a great stand for this type of figure. So they have lots of different points of articulation. You can loosen these off. When you get these, they come flat packed like this. You have to put them together. They have little screws at all the joints. You put the screws in yourself, and depending on how tight you do those screws up, the joints will hold themselves. The only one that doesn't have a screw is this sort of pivot at the top. But everything else is held together with screws, and you can adjust the tension of those screws so that things become tighter. So my intention with this figure is to display him in the flight mode. So I'm going to do something along these lines, I think. Let's see if I can get that head to sit back a little bit more. I'm going to put the blaster in his hand, because I do want him to have the blaster, but I also want him to look like he's flying. So what I normally do with these stands is, once I've got them to the position that I want them, I then go back in and lock the screws down. And it's looking more like it. A little bit of adjustment on things here. Get him looking how I want him. And I think what I want is the feet like that. Okay, so this isn't working out. I may have to do this off screen, but just a case of getting the balance of things right. I may need to swap this around so that the stand faces backwards. There we go. So I think this is how I'm going to display this figure. With his head tilted up like that. Something like that. So just move the camera up a little bit. There we go. So this is these display stands. I'll leave a link to those in the description. Love this figure. think he's a great figure. My apologies if a lot of things have happened off screen. I'm really not used to working with a screen in front of me and working to the screen, so you'll have to forgive me until I get you more used to that. But yeah, this is the 6-inch Dark Trooper from Hasbro's Black Series range. Another great looking figure. I think he's going to make a nice addition in the on my Mandalorian shelf. Nice to have another figure on a flight stand. Have to see how that fits in with the shelf. My shelf is getting a little bit full at the moment. But yeah, another nice figure. I did notice looking for images of this to see when I'm wanting to put something like this onto a flight stand or to do a particular pose, I'll look for lots of images of the character. I just generally do a Google search for, in this case, Dark Trooper images, and one of the ones that came up was of the Sideshow or Hot Toys 1/6 scale figure, and I noticed with that they have some sort of ability for this blaster to be held on the thigh, but I'm looking at this figure and there's nothing of that on this figure. There doesn't seem to be any storage for the blaster at all that I can see. So when he's in this flight mode, yeah, this is pretty much the only way to have the blaster with him, is to have him hold it in his hand like that. Might have been nice to have had some sort of storage for the blaster so that we could have the image that you most often see of these in flight, which is with both arms back with nothing in the hands. But nonetheless, I want him to have his blaster with him, and so he's going to have to carry it. So there we go, that's the 6-inch Dark Trooper from Hasbro's Black Series figure range. Really nice figure. It probably just about justifies being a deluxe figure in this instance, where it does have a number of accessories and is a slightly larger figure. So yeah, happy with this purchase. He's going on the shelf now, going to find him a space. But for now, that's everything for today. If you've liked the content, then please give the video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, then please do subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. That will tell you when I'm putting new videos up. But for today, that's everything. And all that leaves me to say is I hope to see you all again soon, and cheerio everyone.